It's just such a ordinary morning. So when I look outside, in front of you, there are trees, there are skies, cloud and skies, and also there are some environment that you breathe, the air that's coming from your land. I'm just wondering, there's a question for you. Who are you? How do you define yourself? When you think about these questions, there are actually some magic things happens. Who have this thought? And who is generate this thought? If some people generate this thought different than the people who start a thought, then who is you? So this is kind of amazing. When I read the book of Alan Watts about what is Tao, he said, because of the inseparability of the opposites, therefore you realize that they always go together. And this hints at some kind of unities that underlie wisdom. So this is kind of Tao. Actually, just like Tao Te Ching, the first sentence is, Tao is something that cannot spoken. Something is spoken as Tao is not internal Tao. This is quite peculiar statement with Tao. So Tao is not something or something we can define or describe. So it's behind everything. It's the operation of all the internal universe. That is kind of process of Tao. But still we cannot define Tao. And also there is a very interesting statement by Alan Watts in terms of how to interpret Tao is, so you must trust the nature. You must trust your own nature. So there is the argument that if you cannot trust your own natures, how can you trust your mistrusting of it? So how do you know that your mistrusting is wrong with it? This kind of interesting argument for me. If you don't trust yourself, that means in some level you don't trust yourself. But how can you don't trust yourself? That mistrusting is worse of it, or it's correct. So we need to trust yourself, our self nature, just like throw a ball and let the ball rolling. And sometimes we try to find the way or the Tao of our life, or about the outside world. But imagine you are part of it, and also you united with the Tao as part of the whole process. Just like our thought, imagine our thought. How can the thoughts come to our mind? Is you generated, or the thought is coming to our mind naturally? So imagine that there is a cloud in the sky. The cloud is always, changing the shape and the timing and the way it is. It's, always changing, just like our thought in our mind. But the sky is always be there. So sometimes we misunderstanding that the thought is our mind, but actually it's not. The thought is just like cloud in the sky. It's always changing. But behind the thought, there is a mechanism to generate the thought, to interpret the thought, and also to let you know you are thinking about that thought. That's the kind of the permanent and unchanging things. Is part of the Tao. And when you realize that actually you cannot control what you intended to control in your mind, in your life, and all the things around you, you immediately get some sense of free for you, like a liberation. And also it can free you to the whole universe and just enjoy the part of the Tao, a part of the whole process, and part of the whole universe.